Mr. Executive, bad news. Robert Downey Jr. called, and he just left a message saying he's dropping out of the movie.
Dropping out? He can't do that. We scheduled his 12-step meetings here, his drug tests. It's all supposed to be done at the studio. He can't drop out.
I told him that, sir, and he said, quote, I'll risk it.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Who else do we have?
Well, we can try to get Jean-Claude Van Damme again.
Oh, no. Rodman convinced me Van Damme is the reason why Double Team bombed. Who else do we have?
We found this strange man, flailing and screaming in the hallway. I'll send him right in. Dane Cook, ready to go, ready to show you what I got. I hear you need an action guy. You want action? I can do action. I can do ninja stuff. I'll pull a katana out like, and then I'll just start off like real kung fu, like,
You know what, Kid? You're great. You're high energy. I love it. Just sign right here, and it'll be you and Dennis Rodman breathing a whole new life into the action spy genre.
Spies, even better, international crime fighters, like McGruff the crime dog. Remember him? Just a dog in a big trench coat? It was him and Smokey the bear. Roar! Except Smokey was about prevention, not McGruff. Oh no. What did McGruff tell you to do? Prevent crime? No. Take a bite out of crime.
Oh my God, what have I done?
Hey, what's this movie called anyway?
It's called Simon Sez.
They irritate the irritated, flex perplexities, poise puzzles, magnify mysteries, impose inquiries, and coagulate quandaries. But more importantly, they ask one question.
Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This? The only podcast that completely forgets what happened in the movie they watched and still tries to ask the question, why would you make this?
Let me stop you there, because I swear, like, this afternoon, I was like, wait, what happened?
Yeah!
I had to go back and
Yes!
watch it.
Absolutely!
Okay.
I'm Jimmy Time. I'm joined by Jay Delta. We both completely forgot the movie we watched. I forgot to invite Danny Money. He's not here. No, he was busy doing something else. Oh, man. So, we watched Simon Sez.
Yeah.
Twice. Cause,
yeah.
It was coming out, what was it, September, I didn't write it down. Anyway, we're moving on. I don't
1999.
care. 19 something.
1999.
Yeah, that's right. I think it came out for about a year. I didn't write it down. I really didn't care for this film. I really did not care for this film at all.
No.
Let's go ahead and get it over with real quick by going right into Lost in Translation. So, Finland was the only place that called it Simon Sez.
Ooh.
Bulgaria sort of got it close by calling it Simon. Simon. France called it Simon Sez Explosive Rescue. I don't know why Explosive Rescue is a big thing, but Argentina, Spain, Mexico, and Uruguay all called it just Explosive Rescue. Yeah.
All right.
Brazil got lost in the shovel. They called it Explosive Search. I don't know what he's looking for. Russia called it Super Agent Simon.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like a toddler's show.
This is Super Agent Simon.
Yeah, it sounds like a preschool show. Come join Super Agent Simon as he learns the alphabet.
How to stop Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
we gotta get him indoctrinated.
CIA Simmy?
Yeah.
CIA Simon, I mean. So Italy also called it Super Agent Simon, or they called it Super Agent Special. So good luck finding it in that country, because it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Poland, they called it Simon Goes Into Action. Hungary didn't realize that Dennis Rodman had a character name and just called it The Worm Goes Into Action, because that was his nickname back in the 90s. He was called The Worm.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Like the Weasel, with the... I don't know if that's why he called himself, but like similar to how Pauly Shore is called the Weasel. Yeah, he was called the Worm. Ugh. I actually, now after bringing that up, I hope they're not related. If they are, I think Dennis Rodman just lost credibility.
Oh my God! Like what if there was a shtick? Oh, that totally would have been like something like mid-90s, early 90s MTV. Like I'm the Weasel, and with me is the Worm, and
Dude, I could totally, that's gross. I could totally see that.
Yep.
Ugh, that's awful. Grease, as usual, has no clue what's going on. They call the film The Game of Simon.
Yeah, no, it's literally just beep, boop, boop.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Danny Money is not here, so we don't have a budget, because I didn't look it up.
I saw online that it was an estimated budget of $10 million, but it was just an estimate. There was no hard numbers.
Yeah.
And it was a straight to DVD release.
Oh, so he probably wouldn't have found anything anyway then. I know, I'm not shitting on him. I'm just saying, like, that's how it usually works.
Yeah,
it goes straight to DVD.
Yeah, although Box Office Mojo listed it had like a box office of like 280 grand, but I didn't know how that worked. Like,
well, by not putting it in our theaters, we made an estimated $280,000.
Here's how much money we save by not ordering the film and paying the employees and
angry fans kicking our seats and not like the vandalism alone. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and do the best hour, our favorite hour, the Troy McClure hour.
All right.
Hello, I'm Troy McClure. You'll recognize me from such bewildering attempts at acting athletes as the Chicago Bears and the Care Bears Tackle Hate, or Space Jam. Like, Bugs Bunny carried that movie.
Yeah.
You acted across inanimate objects, and they carried the film.
Yeah.
Not even Wayne Knight helped that film.
And Bill Murray just shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Bill Murray. I'm here because I knew somebody, and I'm Bill Murray."
You could tell me Bill Murray showed up on the set drunk, and I'd go, duh. Like, of course he did.
Well, yeah.
He showed up drunk and went, I'm in this film now. Deal with it.
He's like, "I'm here to meet Bugs Bunny." And they're like, "You're joking, right?" He's like, "I don't know. I'm Bill Murray."
Yes. That is something Bill Murray would do. I'm here to meet Bugs Bunny. Really? I don't know, maybe. I don't even know who I am anymore. Like, I'm really unsure of what I'm doing myself. Okay, so Dennis Rodman plays Simon. You'll recognize him from his basketball/wrestling/reality TV career. Also as Yaz from the 1997 Double Team, which was our 6th episode. Mm-hmm. And most recently, himself in the 2017 animated short, The Amazing Adventures of Wally and the Worm, which is about a relationship between an intern who was watching Rodman during the 96-97 playoffs while Rodman was in rehab. Like, an intern was told to watch him while he's in rehab, and this is the story. The plot of the film says that the movie is part Get Him to the Greek, part Almost Famous.
What the fuck?
It's like a 13-minute video. Like, it's not even a full...
I'll have to check that out. What do they do in reality TV? I don't remember him. Like, I remember him existing.
Oh, but... I don't. He's just like, he was on The Apprentice and, like...
Oh, all right.
Just like, reality,
I thought there was going to be like, Dennis Rodman's Real World.
I didn't look up all of them. I think he was on, like, Real World or one of those, like Celebrity Rehab House or one of those, or...
Was that a thing?
80s.
Is that a real Celebrity Rehab House?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Oh my god, wow.
Yeah, I'm almost positive. Well, what's the one where just, like, the regular celebrities live together? No?
I didn't know that was a thing.
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of, and they all just happen to be drug addicts. Like
Celebrity Rehab House sounds awesome, and I'm disappointed
like,
I haven't.
It was like Jose Canseco and like Ron Jeremy, and like it was just a bunch of like old. I think China was in one of them.
Yeah,
it was like VH1. I think it was the programming. They were like, okay, all of our like I love the shows are bombing. Let's do something else with pop culture, and they just brought like dying celebrities into a home. And they're like, die on camera for us. I want to say it was Rehab, because I remember China being in there, and X-Pac showed up to the house.
With drugs?
No, but drunk, being like, I love you, baby.
Oh my god.
And she was like, I don't want any of this. So Dane Cook, he plays Nick Miranda. You'll recognize him as the Waffler from the 1990 film Mystery Men. Charlie in the 2007 Good Luck Charlie. Oh, no, excuse me, Good Luck Chuck. Sorry. That's where he sleeps with women, and then the woman goes off and marries somebody. Yeah, every time. And then most recently, he plays Robbie in the 2017 series American Gods, which is ongoing. It's on Starz.
Oh. That's one of those shows that's like, I think I'm going to turn
Yeah.
it on and tune it in.
But no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. I ain't paying for Stars.
Look, I could watch like some good TV, or I could, watch the same stand-up I've been watching for the last 10 years. And
I could just
it's
watch
good.
Bob's Burgers again.
Yeah, right? Speaking of which, I watched like 10 episodes of the Clone Wars last night.
Oh, the animated?
Yeah.
Or the 3D or the cartoon?
The cartoon, I think. What's the 3D?
Well, there's one that's like CGI.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm watching the CGI one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like hardcore like Tom and Jerry style.
It's like either 2D cartoon or
No,
like 3D.
yeah, it's the 3D
Okay.
one. Yeah.
You should watch Rebels instead, because Rebels is fucking...
Is that the one you told me to watch?
Yeah.
I thought you told me to watch Clone Wars.
Did you start from the beginning?
Of Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, of the...
Ah!
Yeah, Anakin's all like,
Dude, let me tell you how bad, when it came out, the Clone Wars, it started, and they were like, hey, we're going to release the first 2 episodes in theaters, and I just happened to be at the movies that night, coming out of something else, and I was like, oh shit, the new Star Wars? That's tonight? Yeah, fuck it, I'll go see it. Oh, dude. Right, where they introduce, like, Jabba's nephew or niece? No?
No, maybe you watched the movie.
Oh,
Because
there's
the series started in 06 and the movie was 08. I was looking on Netflix. That's why I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shows,
What? I don't know.
shows how little... No, because the first one, they introduce Ahsoka. Like, they introduce her in the movie. She started it.
Maybe I should watch the movie first, because they were kind of acting like I should have already known who Ahsoka was.
Yeah.
But it said like 2000... Maybe, I don't know, maybe I read it wrong.
All I know is I went in and they're like, hey, look, this is your new apprentice. And then she's like, shut up, Master Anakin. And he's like, you're Snippy. I'm going to call you Snips. And I went,
Okay, yeah, I have to watch whatever you watch, because I'm watching it, I'm like, why is he calling her Snips? Why are they... Anakin's already a master, and I'm like, what am I watching?
Yeah, dude. You should watch it, but don't watch it. Just skip it all. It's garbage. Like, I've heard it gets way better later on, because, Darth Maul and, shit gets real. I just skipped all that and went straight to Rebels, because then it's like, the fucking world's already gone to shit. Empire rules everything.
Yeah.
Fuck your hope.
All right. Where's it on? Where do I gotta...
Honestly...
steal it from the
you
internet?
just gotta steal it. When I started watching it, Disney was like, oh shit, we'll put it on our site for free. And now it's like, we're up to season 3. You can watch season 3 for free. But what if I want to catch up? Eat a dick. Quiet.
Fucking eat a tauntaun dick.
We're Disney. We don't give shit out anymore.
No. So, finally, John Pignette plays Micro. You'll recognize him as a clerk in the 1994 film Junior. Bumpo in the 2004 The Punisher.
That I remember him.
Yeah. And most recently, Baal Abaddon in the 2013 video game Empire.
Empire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Empire.
Oh, then he died.
Yeah, and then he died, April 5th, 2014.
He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Lose weight? No. No, that's not happening.
Lose weight and die. Look.
I mean, life's not that good anyway.
Well, no. Listen, if you lose the weight, it'll get better. Who's to say?
Yeah. Little column A, little column B, It's not how that applies. Like you don't even know how that phrase works, do you? Oh my god.
No, see, life's not that good. I mean, all you can do is sit around and struggle to breathe and can't get up off the couch. No, I'm telling you, if you lose weight, all those problems, column A, column B.
Grass is always greener, you know what I mean? What are you fucking... Oh. I came up with a good one today, which was I can make an ass. No, what was it? Yeah, I can make an ass out of you and me, but then we both smell. That's what it was. Oh man. Like I'm telling you, I don't think I should be at the job I'm at. I'm pretty sure.
That's because you sit at the job and you go, and like shit's falling apart all around you.
Yeah, actually, because today the guy dropped like fucking 14 things from his bucket.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. All right, so let's start the film, eh?
Sure. Yeah, no, just forget all about it.
Dude!
Immediately after.
Before the film started, I forgot what I was watching, and I went, oh yeah, Simon Sez, the Simon Phoenix spin-off movie from Demolition Man starring Wesley Snipes. And I sat down and went, Dennis Rodman. I went, oh, fuck!
Wow, that would have
Yeah!
I would have been totally into that.
Like, that's what I thought I was watching.
Yeah.
Tricked myself. Fucking catfished myself on that one.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is one of those, I was like, Dennis Rodman and Dane Cook. Ugh. And I started watching, and right from the get-go, I was like, ugh. And, like, I watched things happen, but my brain just didn't.
No.
So when I went back, I was like, man, I gotta think of a sequel. What happened in this one?
What?
Who was the bad guy? What was the story?
Oh,
well, the girl was kidnapped, but she wasn't kidnapped. But she was.
Yeah, but
she wasn't.
And the villain, who was the villain, turned out to not be the villain.
Yeah.
And also the guy who definitely was a villain died like 4 seconds in. So he's not the villain either. Like, I don't know what the hell's going on now. So yeah, credits lead to Simon and his crew doing a voiceover of a fly camera, which slowly flies into the car of Ashton, the arms dealer. Suddenly we jump to a motorcycle gang is chasing what I think is a South African general's car.
And I think the motorcycle gang is a Marilyn Manson cosplaying group. Because they all, like, you just vaguely see them, but they all have, like, a stripe across their eye, or, like, face paint, and...
Yeah, when this scene was happening, it already happened where I was watching it, but I just wasn't paying attention. Like, I was just going, man, this is really good food. I'm just going to pay attention to this food instead. Yeah. And then I looked up, and that's when, like, Dennis Rodman, or what, Simon, he shows up and he takes out the motorcycle gang. And I see, like, the motorcycle lady, she's like, "Arr," and drives away. And I went, wow, what did Dennis Rodman do to her that she looks so fucked up? And I rewind, I went, oh, that's how she woke up. That's what she chose to look like when she woke up.
And it's astounding because, like, the general pulls out of his, like, driveway or garage, immediately assailed by a whole gang, and they just drive to the meetup point. Like, they just continue to drive to the meetup point with, like, them banging and smashing and all the time.
They really don't do that until they get to the meeting point.
Yeah.
Like, you're here, good. Now we're going to fuck up your car. Like, we couldn't impair your driving.
We wanted you to be safe.
Yeah, scared, but safe.
Yeah. Pranks are pranks.
You know, it's like a lion tamer. You know, it's scary, but he knows what he's doing.
Oh. It's like a lion thief. You want to poke him enough to agitate him, but you don't want to poke it and kill it.
Yeah, because then the kids will cry. So, the general guy arrives at the meeting, and Ashton's Asian bodyguard walks out, kills the general's driver with a straight punch to the window, and he kind of silently motions at him to get out of the car. Mm-hmm. Ashton... The arms dealer acts like the weirdest guy in the history of weird guys.
Yeah.
And he threatens the colonel's family, and then he leaves, and then the motorcycle gang decided all right, now we're going to fuck up the colonel himself, and just start, like, dragging him with their motorcycles, and this is when Simon comes to the rescue, and I went, what's wrong with that girl's face? But that's just how she looks. So, Simon knocks everybody off their bikes into the water, and everyone, they go, we're going to leave now. See ya. If I don't say see ya.
Goodbye!
Goodbye! You get home safe. The colonel, he goes ahead and denies that anything is happening, and Simon's like, well, whenever you want to talk to me, here's my number. And he gives him his business card, or something like that.
No, he doesn't.
No, he just says...
No, it's because, like, it's established Simon's an actual Interpol agent who...
Oh, right.
He's like, oh, I didn't know
Interpol
was hiring freaks.
Which, yeah, I wasn't sure if this scene was like a flashback or something, because it seems like in this scene he's currently working with and for Interpol.
Yeah.
And then in the next scene, it seems like he is definitely retired from Interpol. Like, when he's on the beach and stuff like that?
He's like one of those super cool part-time agents who, like, they're like, all right, listen, we trust you. Here's a bucket of money. Go do things that help us. That's how it works. You get to a high enough level, and they just give you, like, the American Express Gold Card, unlimited funds.
I don't know why, but when you said, like, a super important, guy, oh, yeah, super important spy, like Owen Wilson in I Spy.
Was he? You don't even know.
Not even know! That's just it went in my head. It's Owen Wilson
and Eddie
Murphy, right?
Yeah. And one's a fake spy, and... Wait.
No. Eddie Murphy was a boxer.
Yeah.
And they just used him to be a spy. They, like, come be our, like, pretend spy.
But Owen Wilson was already a spy.
Yeah, he was a real spy. It turned out that the girl in the movie was the fake spy.
Uh-huh.
That's where the fake spy comes in.
And wasn't The Rock in it? And The Rock was, like, a double agent? Oh, that's Get Smart.
Yeah.
That's it.
So those are spy movies you no longer have to watch. Because you know what happens in them now. Congratulations, we did it for you.
All right.
Oh, man. So, before the beach, Simon goes back to his hideout, and we meet his two sidekicks that were doing the voiceover. It's John Pignette and a guy whose name I totally forgot.
Racist.
Something Riley. Something...
Anthony.
No. Well, he's dead anyway, so...
Oh, my God.
He died a year after John Pignette. Ricky something. I don't know what his name is. Oh, well. Ricky Ticky Tavi, that's it.
They played as two hefty monks.
Yeah, they did. So we go to a beach. Oh, well, actually, we go to the hideout, sorry. And then Simon tells her, they debrief each other. And then they make him laugh. They do, like, dances and go, come on, let's get down and boogie. Come on, this is the comedy. What are you...
I mean...
No?
It made him laugh.
Yeah, he sure acted like laughing.
He went, ha, 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 ha.
So, we go to a beach, and we see young lovers frolic on a beach. The boy's father arrives, and the lovers, we're going to go for a swim. And the father's like, well, don't go, don't swim too much. Stay where I can see you.
Yeah, it was really, this is...
Yeah.
A little... Well, really, I just want to keep an eye on your young lady friend, so stay where I can see her.
Yeah. Also, don't get any tan lines.
Get naked.
Yeah,
it's France.
That's what I'm saying.
That's welcome there.
Do it. So Simon is playing bocce ball.
Okay, yeah.
Well, because why not? And he gets distracted by an old schoolmate. Nick Moranis is the name that I hear. The star of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. That's who that is, right? Yeah, he's done.
That was the star's brother. There was Rick Moranis and Nick Moranis.
Oh, okay. Wait, what?
Oh no, Nick Moranis was Nick was the name of the son.
Yeah,
but it wasn't Moranis.
Oh.
That was the real guy's name.
What a twist.
Miranda.
What about all the way at the fourth Honey We Shrunk Ourselves? Yeah. When he had an actual brother, or was that his brother-in-law?
No, that was his brother. Yeah, that was his brother.
Right? It wasn't in-law. It was his actual brother.
I think it was supposed to be his actual. He's like, oh, here's his brother. I never knew.
The wives weren't sisters in that one. No,
I don't think so.
No.
No. But his brother was also an inventor.
Yes.
And then at the beginning, I remember he made something that made their bellies glow, and then they were like, yeah. Showing.
I remember that they made the dog talky thing, and the dog was like, bark, bark, and the machine was like, hello, hello. It was, even at I don't know how long, probably 13, I went, that's not how that invention works. That is a bad invention. You fire that guy.
That is good comedy.
Yeah. The glowy stomach thing, that was okay. You could do something with that.
Could you?
Yeah. He says in the movie that they didn't metabolize it right, so it just sits in the gut instead of flowing to the bloodstream.
Yeah, that's right.
When did I see that movie last? 8 years ago.
Welcome to the Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves podcast.
The secret Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves podcast, where we make you think we're talking about a different movie, but it always comes back to Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. All right, I gotta keep going. You ever been to Disney World?
No.
No? You know, I don't know if they still have it.
But they have the ride. They're getting rid of it.
No, they don't have a ride. They have a theme park.
Oh.
Like it's a playground where everything's like blades of grass
Yeah.
and there's, I was too old when I went there to go in it. Fuck Disney World, dude. Fuck Disney World.
Well, they're tearing that down to make room for like Star Wars Land or something.
That's okay. That's totally fine.
But then you're gonna go and they're gonna be like,
Nah,
nah,
you're too old.
You're too old for Star Wars. Sorry.
Fuck Disney World, dude.
I just not too long ago I was like, oh shit, all the Honey I Shrunk movies are on Netflix. So I was like, let me what? And like I watched the first one and I was like, oh okay, it was cheesy. And then I watched the one where the kid blows it. I was like, that was pretty bad. And I watched the other one, and that was also pretty bad.
Yeah. Although, actually, technically, it wouldn't be the Honey I Shrunk it would be the Honey I franchise. Because it's Honey I Shrunk Ourselves, Honey We Blew Up Ourselves.
And then there was a show.
Oh, shit, there was, yeah.
Except,
but didn't they, like, go back in time? Like, it was, like, a total knot.
It was like,
it was
all
like
that stuff we did? Yeah, that didn't happen.
It was Disney's version of Weird Science, I think.
Yeah.
Would be the best way to describe it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Disney's version of Weird Science, the TV show. Yeah, totally. Where they're like, we're going to retell this story, but on a weekly basis, so we can stretch this money way out.
Also, it's always time travel.
No, that's Star Trek.
Oh, sorry.
Time travel or the holodeck.
Yeah. I kind of want to go back and watch the Honey I Shrunk Ourselves show to see if every episode ends with, oh, if we just make them bigger and or smaller, it's all fine now. We're all okay.
But in that one, they introduced other wacky inventions that I don't remember because...
Yeah, I think like the kid makes stuff too.
I just remember it's like, oh, they had a machine that got them the mail.
That was in the movie as well, though.
Oh, maybe I was just thinking of the movie then. Maybe this show's entirely
like the dog would bring the paper, and then when he brought the paper, it would give him food.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what I remember.
That's not an invention. That's just psychology.
It's called training, yeah.
Yeah, it's called training your dog.
Actually, it's called a job. You just gave your dog an actual job. Like, it's specifically what dogs were trained for years ago.
You pay taxes on that food?
Can I count... Does my dog count as an employee on my taxes?
Yeah. Can I list him as a dependent?
Yeah. What if I give my dog like an I-95? Can he do his own taxes then? Like,
well, the I-95 is an interstate highway, so probably not.
No, then it definitely would, because you need to pay taxes on those highways, right?
That's true. Yeah.
What's the one I'm thinking of? I-94, right? Is that what?
Oh,
that's also a highway.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, I'm thinking of a 1094.
Yeah, you're thinking of like it.
Yeah. Welcome to the Secret Taxes Podcast, where we secretly teach you taxes.
But is it the right way?
Oh, tune into our next podcast. What a franchise. So yeah, anyway, star of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Nick Moranis. He says he has some business to take care of, and he's like, oh, come, we'll hang out. Come with me to the business thing, and we'll hang out afterwards. And literally, when Nick's like, you know what? Come hang out. We'll hang out afterwards. I went, he's going to use Rodman as a bodyguard for a business deal right now.
Literally right now.
Yeah, literally. And that's immediately what happened. Yeah, I was like, oh, boy. There's still an hour and 20 minutes left in this film. Oh, no.
You already figured out.
Yeah. I got it, the whole thing, yeah. So Simon agrees, but quickly works out that Nick isn't really telling the truth after Nick starts to make some Wookiee noises. Yeah. Like, literally, he's like, we're going to hang out and just... He's like, all right, Nick, what's going on? Yeah. Well, tell me what's really going on here. You know if you work in the CIA or if you work for Interpol, first rule is don't make Wookiee noises. Yeah. Second rule is don't make Jawa noises. It's real strange rules. Yeah. It's the fucking Interpol. What are you going to do, man? So, yeah, they go to a deal. The deal goes down. It goes bad. Simon beats everybody up, and they all run away. It's pretty much what happens.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really learn too much else.
I love this fight starts the trend of like, how should I describe it? Basically, bad guys being knocked unconscious by the daintiest of touches. so during this fight, a wooden chair gets like launched in the air. Rodman spins and hits it with the briefcase. It flies and like whacks a guy.
The debris?
Yeah, and it like the guy's down. And then later on, like there's kitchen fights where Rodman will just like push. Like,
The
like,
kitchen I noticed.
Yeah, he just like pushes a pot and then hits the guy.
Like just baking pans, like a stack of baking pans.
Yeah.
Not like a towering stack, like 8.
Yeah,
like 8 baking pans that are like waist high. Gun goes flying. So yeah, the deal goes bad. Oh, we also learned that the deal is being done with the young lover's father. That's why he was being creepy. Because it turns out the girl has been kidnapped by him, and they're here to do a deal. Trade the girl for the briefcase.
Yes.
Goes wrong. They run away. So this, as we said, it turns out, that's Nick's boss's daughter, and he's got to go get her back from the kidnapping. Why? I don't fucking. I don't really know. Doesn't make sense.
She seemed pretty happy for someone
yeah.
kidnapped.
Also, to say, "Oh, that's my boss's daughter," that sounds like it sounds like you work in an office, and your boss was like, "Hey, can you do something for me? Like, you want to work overtime over the weekend?" Like, at no time do I think that Nick is working. Like, he was hired by some guy for the CIA. Yeah. Like, I don't think anyone in Interpol, the CIA, ever went, "Oh, that's one of my bosses." Like,
yeah,
no, a higher ranking agent, something, you know?
No,
my employer.
He just works like insurance, and,
yeah.
And his boss is like, "Hey man, Nick, let me run something by you." Nick was just about to leave the. Look, I got some overtime for you. It's gonna pay great, right? Real easy job, just quick, paid travel.
You get to travel, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds great. I love airplanes. Seriously, seriously. Has anybody asked if he's retarded? Like I'm 100%. Like, it's not even a joke. Like, I'm just curious now.
Dude, he's fucking high energy. That's what it is. It's all, like, people see him and they're like, man, this guy loves life. Maybe if I laugh at his stuff, I will also love life. And have enough money to buy cocaine and then call it life. So, they run into an alley, and they're like, "Oh, it's my boss's daughter, you gotta help me, we gotta blah, blah, blah." And then suddenly, a giant woman karate kicks into the scene! Look out!
Yeah. Xena warrior princess comes in.
Yeah.
They start to tussle. Nick, like, fumbles with his gun, he can't pull it out of the holster, and then, like, it's just embarrassing. Like, it's supposed to be funny, but it's legit just embarrassing.
Cringe.
Yeah.
Because he fumbles, wrestles with the whole, then he finally pulls it out, and when he's like, aha, and he like bangs his hand against like a bedsheet that's hanging from the tree, and like it makes a ding sound, and he goes, oh, and then he continues to sell his hand while Rodman and the lady keep tussling.
Yeah, they keep fighting. He keeps hitting on her,
and the fighting style is like, you can tell Rodman was like, no, I want to do my own stunts because they're bad. Like, it's all, like, lazy.
Dude, but at the same time, like, it doesn't look like he's doing the stunts. Like, it looks like there's a stunt double.
He does have a stunt double.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. I checked. These two, the woman, her name is Dancer.
Yes. The Dancer, right?
No, it's just Dancer.
Just Dancer?
Just Dancer.
Oh. All right.
But her and Rodman both had stunt doubles. Everyone else did their own stunts, whatever few there were. And the Asian bodyguard, Xian, he was the, like, stunt coordinator.
Okay. Oh, wait, who'd you say had stunt doubles?
Rodman?
Yeah.
And the woman.
The woman. Okay.
That's it.
That's false, and I'll point it out to you later.
Well, this is what I saw listed in the credits.
Well, the credits are lying to you based on the footage I saw in the film.
Okay. But during this fight, like, they're going at it, and some of the fighting is super lazy, and then all of a sudden they'll put this, like, wire kung fu. Like, there's a point where she's on the ground, and she gets up and, like, whoop-ah, 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 and like does this crazy like triple kick without touching the ground, launching 10 feet in the air, and they do shit like that all the time, and it goes back and forth between super lazy like to like over the top.
Yeah, like I said, it's pretty noticeable to me when like I go, that's clearly not like those fight moves aren't very good, but that's still not Rodman doing those bad fight moves.
Oh, maybe I should watch like with my glasses on.
You know what? Come to think of it, when I was watching that film, I took my eyeballs out, put them in my pocket. I didn't really see anything.
But I know during this big long fight, because they tussle and they end up like inside someplace.
Yeah.
And there's a point where she starts doing like a cartwheel, and he does this like lazy jog alongside her. And like, I was like, wow, you're an NBA athlete, and that's your way of moving?
That's how he jogs down the court, yeah.
And yeah, that's...
He retired like this year, like of the filming. Came out in 99, so he filmed it probably 98. And that was his last NBA season, was the 97-98 season.
He was really more of like an early, mid-90s guy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, him and the whole Pippen and that whole dream team of Bulls and
shit. But he wasn't on the dream team.
He was, wasn't he?
No.
He wasn't on the Bulls with all them mofos?
I mean, he was on the Bulls, but that wasn't the dream team.
Oh, no, the dream team is an actual team.
Well, the dream team was the Olympic team.
No, I'm talking about Dusty Rhodes' Survivor Series team. The dream team. Dropped an elbow, did it?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that one's too. All right. So, yeah, they Simon hits on her, on the girl. Nick acts like a velociraptor. Oh, my God. Yeah, while he's just going, rah, rah, I think she just like kicks him, picks up the briefcase, and runs. Yeah. Like she's like, this is dumb. Why did I agree to this? But Simon catches her in a different room, and they fight. And Simon, he ties her up, picks up the briefcase, runs out of the room, picks up Nick, and then runs away. Just
leaves his gun.
Yeah, he doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah,
he doesn't need anyone's gun anywhere. They go to Simon's house, I presume.
Yeah.
Only because he says, if I stole money from you, would I bring it back to my house? So, it looks like an apartment, but it's whatever. He opens the briefcase, but there's nothing but a disc inside the briefcase. And Nick's like, I don't know anything about the disc. Oh, what? There was supposed to be money inside it. Why is there no money? What? It was so much, it was heavy. There had to be money in there.
Bricks.
But they're bricks, yeah. Also in this scene, it starts with Dane Cook humping a couch, having a really good dream about Drew Barrymore. I was just like, this is going to be the whole fucking thing, isn't it? So yeah, then we go to the villain's house, and we find out that the young lover, whose name is Michael, his father, whose name I don't hear, and I go, oh, you're Mr. Bert and Ernie, huh? He's talking to the fighter lady, and they're like, listen, we have to get the disc because it's either Claire or Michael.
Oh.
I presume Claire's the woman.
Yeah.
We go back to Simon's house, and Nick calls his boss and tells him everything. And his boss says, just give them the disc. So Simon takes it and says, Nick, stay here. And he's like, oh, what? Stay here like a dog? Like I'm your dog? Roar, 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 roar. I was just like, this is going to be, it's just literally every scene so far.
His shtick wears real thin, real quick.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was watching some of his shit on YouTube, and you turn it on and you're like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I can see the Dane Cook appeal, and then he keeps going, beyond the 1 or 2 bit.
5 minutes, you can go, I see why people like him. But
yeah.
Any longer than that,
yeah.
Oh, shit. Doing 5-minute bits is how you start out comedy, so I could see why he rose to the top, but...
Would you believe that he broke some kind of record for, longest stand-up performance? And he did it... Oh, God, I wish I wrote it down. But it's he did it one night...
Yeah.
And did, 4 hours straight. And then Dave Chappelle, not too long ago...
Yeah.
Not too long later, beat him and did 5 hours. And Dane Cook came back and did, 7 hours.
Why?
I don't know, but he whatever the record was, he beat it by doing the longest stand up in. I don't even remember if it was a world record or just a comedy club's record. But I found it written about it. And I was like, 7. There's no way anybody was actually there the 7 hours. It was just him.
Just him and the janitors at the end. Like, it was just...
Yeah.
If that's all it takes, I'm going to start a new world record. Introduce me.
And coming to the stage, Mr. Jimmy Time.
That's my time, thanks. Shortest stand-up ever. I did it. I win. Go ahead, do a shorter one than that. Oh, I said thanks. That's my time. That's damn.
Damn, you fucked it up.
Quick, do it. Making way to stage. J Delta.
All right.
Gold. So we go. Where do we go? Oh yeah, back to Simon's house. Simon takes the disc to his monk friends, and which is like on his property, but like in a separate house.
Well, yeah, he's not. That's like the helper house.
Yeah, I guess
That's where the help lives.
Sure. So they go into a church.
Yeah,
because that's where the help lives.
Yeah.
And it's also a secret hideout. And the monks, they mess with Nick because the whole place is hidden, like secret PAs. Yeah. They're like, this is the voice of God. Hit yourself in the nuts, or whatever they say. I don't think they say that.
Jump.
Yeah.
God said jump. Now say, go Jesus, go Jesus.
So, yeah, they lure him into the hideout. They pretend to shoot him to death. Simon, he shows up and he's like, tell me why you have this highly classified military software on this disc. And he's like, I'm just here to deliver a disc. I have no idea what's going on. Actually, he doesn't say that. He's like, what? Oh, come on. Why couldn't you tell me? We're going to work together.
Yeah. Why couldn't he just deliver a line with simplicity?
No, he doesn't do any of that ever. Yeah, so Simon's like, well, I guess we're going to have to work together to get the girl back. And he's like, what? Really? Yeah! So we go to the young lovers, and they argue about when they're going to tell Michael's father about their love and how Michael's going to move back to the United States with her because they're in love. And the father shows up, and he's like, when will I understand what? And they're just like, oh, how great this trip is. It's so great. And he's like, yeah, we're going to go to a wine tasting tomorrow. And they're like, okay. And we go back to Simon's house, and Nick's like, I got it! We're going to go meet them at a winery tomorrow during a wine tasting.
So if everything went according to plan, right? So if Nick successfully, at the wine thing, says, here's the disc, they go, here's the girl, and then she leaves with them willingly. That's like...
Yeah, like how... No. It would be the same scenario where she would go, I don't know you, get away from me, you're kidnapping me.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, that's 100% what would have fucking happened. Like, it still would have been a kidnapping. This movie would have been Dane Cook going, Simon, you have to help me. I kidnapped a white woman. I don't know what to do.
And he'd go, Caucasians.
Caucasians, man. Huh. I don't know. I guess I'm weird or something. That's my Dennis Rodman impersonation.
Is it? Oh, I thought that was your Dennis Rodman doing a white guy voice. That's not so much of malarkey. That's not how I sound.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe my impersonation of him was him doing a bad joke. Like, I thought that's how he sounds. Just Dennis Rodman. I play basketball. I color my hair.
Well, I remember him specifically saying, he'd say, oh, look, I colored my hair.
Yeah. Watch me dribble this ball. So the lady fighter is watching the lovers, and Nick is in a bell tower on a comm link with Simon. And so Nick, he like, let's go, we're going to do it. And he makes the call, and he lures the lady out into the open, and he stalls with her while Simon runs around and takes out all the hidden henchmen.
He murders the first one, right?
What, does he break that guy's neck, or what does he do?
Well, because like he walks up to the guy in disguise and says, go to sleep. And then like, does something around his neck, and then the guy just goes instantly limp. And it's like, there's no sleeper hold that is immediately effective. The Vulcan nerve pinch doesn't really exist.
What are you talking about? You didn't see when Hulk Hogan put the sleeper hold on Richard Belzer on the head? Like, he went down real quick.
Yeah, but he didn't even get a sleeper hold. He just grabbed him.
To be fair, watching that thing with Richard Belzer, I'm 100% sure Richard Belzer faked it. Like, I am so... Hogan barely puts his arms around him, and Richard Belzer falls to the fucking ground. I go, that's a fucking work, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's no... So, yeah, Nick is messing up his directions. He's like, go left. And he's like, yeah, that's right. And he's like, yeah, now go to the right. And they're like, no, that's not what I said. And he sends the lady right into Simon, but Simon escapes. Oh, but she notices, so she chases him. And suddenly, we cut to the lovers, and Claire just tries to drown Michael with wine.
It's playful.
Yeah, because she goes, tee-hee, and runs away. And at this point, I'm genuinely uncertain if Michael isn't just going to start slapping her when he gets his hands on her. Because, I don't know, I was just, we're having a good time. You tried to waterboard me. You fucking tried to waterboard me.
No, it's like at a wedding. They eat the cake, right? And then they go, oh, and then they mush the cake.
Now that we're married, I should cheat you that you can't trust me.
Now that we're married, I can treat you like shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Now throw that cake out. Nobody gets to eat it.
I told Danny what we should do. Not Danny money.
Okay.
Yeah. But I told Danny what we
Lady
should do.
Danny.
Yeah, Lady Danny. I told Lady Danny, which is just Danny money in a dress.
Yeah.
It's
complicated.
Yeah.
but to clear, you're talking about Danny DT, your girlfriend.
Yes. I told her, I was like, when we get married, we should do that whole fucking spiel where it's like, oh, I get a cake. And I was like, and we should just have a fucking gimmick cake so you can, like, punch me in the stomach and fucking send me through it because all your family would be horrified. And she'd be like, she's 100% on board. Because she has two parts of the family. She has one part that's, like, super, like, cool, whatever happens.
Yeah.
And then she's got, like, the Italian, like...
Jesus says,
it's a wedding is a sacred.
The children.
Yes.
Mangia.
Mangia.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go a different route where you were going to take the cake and go, and pretend to throw it in each other's face, and then just huck it at the fucking crowd. Just start...
Fuck you.
Fuck you! Get out! The wedding's over! Leave!
Leave your money and take the cake. Get out.
This is what you came for, you greedy fucks! Take it! One of the many reasons that I will never get married. You know what I mean? You can't afford 2 cakes.
Nah, you get a gimmick cake. Like a Carvel cake. Although Carvel cakes are, like, that's like $40 for, like, just a regular-ass birthday cake.
Yeah, what do you think a gimmick cake is? Like, what are you talking about? Do you mean a cake made of wood? Like, what do you think a gimmick cake... Like, explain to me the logistics of a hollow cake that's real cake.
It's like, I don't know, cardboard and you cover it in whipped cream and frosting and shit. It's a gimmick cake.
I guess, yeah.
Maybe it's got, like, a real little cake on top so you can actually cut a piece.
Yeah, that all checks out, actually. That's pretty good. Patent pending. Nobody steal that. Oh, man. So, where the fuck are we?
Asian fight?
Yeah, that's where we are. We are at Asian fight, which is, suddenly Simon, who's running away from the lady, dancer, that's her name, dancer.
Yeah.
He suddenly gets attacked by Ashton's little Asian bodyguard. Just does a flying kick into the screen. And then the lady fighter, she catches up and she's like, why are you here? And he's like, to make sure you get the job done. She's like, no! And then all 3 of them are fighting each other now.
Yeah.
I can see why this team gets nothing done. Like, it's pretty obvious to me. Yeah. The lady pulls a gun and Simon's like, all right, here's the disc. And they're like, okay, thanks. And everybody just leaves.
Yep.
Sure. So Nick catches up to a girl who I called Rachel, but her name's Claire.
Okay.
Because I clearly was not paying attention.
Yeah.
He pulls a gun on Michael, and Michael's like, oh. Ha-cha! And just kicks the gun away, because apparently he's a fucking ninja.
Yeah.
Every scene, this guy has more and more karate skills.
Look, you know how in America, like, our education system isn't the best? Like, we really only learn, like, one language, and our math skills ain't great. Yeah, we don't learn our karate here either.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What are we good at, then?
What
do they teach us?
American pride?
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, I mean, that's just self-importance.
Yeah, that's really, that's confidence, yeah. We export confidence, really.
I don't need to learn that shit, I'm American.
Yeah. All day at work, people go, does that look good? I go, yeah. That's all day. I do it all fucking day. They go, does that look good? I go, yeah, fuck it, fine. It's fine. To be fair, they keep asking me. Like, just don't fucking get somebody else to be the checker. Like, I don't give a shit, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it looks
fine, yeah. What does it look like? It looks like it's going to be 30 feet in the air and nobody will fucking see it. Who cares what it looks like? Where's the play? 30 feet in the air or on the fucking ground? Yeah, why would they be looking up there? Who gives a shit?
That's the American way. Work smart. Or if not smart,
Whatever.
do enough.
That's another thing at work they say is if you don't know how to tie a knot, tie a lot. So there you go.
Yeah,
it's safe, man. That's fucking It's one of my favorite jokes from 30 Rock is oh no, we're American engineers. The only thing we build anymore are roller coasters and survivor challenges. Oh man. Humorous and accurate.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Michael kicks the gun out of Nick's hands, picks up the gun, they run. Simon just shows up out of an alley, starts fighting Michael. Again, who just happens to be a ninja and starts, like, jumping up and over cars and, like, flying kicks and shit. But, however, he is instantly defeated by a runaway shopping cart. So, I don't know what type of a ninja he is. Nick and Simon successfully kidnap an innocent white girl. That's what happened.
The heroes of our story, ladies and gentlemen.
100% what fucking happened. So we go to a car chase, and the heroes are being chased and shot at as they drive away. Nick makes... I have here terrible jokes, but he thinks they're good jokes, so he keeps making them. And Simon uses the gadgets on his car, which... it's just one gadget, which is the ability to pop up and drive on two wheels on the side.
Yeah.
That's like every button he presses, that's what the car does. That's still what it does, yeah. So they drive off a cliff, and he also has a parachute. Yay! Yeah. And they glide down to safety.
I loved how bad the green screen was.
Yeah.
Did you not notice?
I mean, I'd had to have watched this film to have noticed.
So first they show, like, the stereotypical car view, which is like from the dashboard looking at them.
Yeah.
And they're floating, but it's as though they're floating with the front of the car pointing straight up because the camera's pointing straight down.
Oh yeah, you can see the ground, right?
Yeah! And then it like cuts to the exterior shot and it's clearly like you can almost see how like the lines around. It's so bad, the green screen, when it's like the car's like floating there and they're like, oh boy, like the car stays perfectly still, but the scenery around move.
So Nick loses his shit and his lunch, I believe, and Rachel passes out in the backseat. Mm-hmm. So we go to Simon's house. They wake up Rachel, and they're like, "We saved you from your kidnapping," and she's like, "The only people who kidnapped me were you." And she's like, "Oh, this is because my dad doesn't want me to be with Michael, right? I know it. Ugh. Why can't he just leave us alone?" So Nick calls his boss, which is Rachel's dad, and everybody except for Rachel is very confused about what's going on.
You know, that could actually be a decent twist. Like, guys think, like, the A-team is hired to rescue this innocent white girl who was kidnapped, but it turns out she wasn't actually kidnapped, and they were doing the kid. Like, that could be an interesting plot somewhere. Yeah. I just don't know why there needs to be discs and lasers and...
I feel like that is a plot. Not like a Batman plot or something like that? Or that's Blade! Blade 2. He's hunting vampires, and he shoots one of them, and it turns out that it's actually a human who got tattooed. They're a pet to vampires, and they have the evening news catch Blade killing a human.
Oh!
Yeah, I knew I read that from somewhere, yeah. Another reason why Blade's a damn good movie.
Welcome to the Blade 2 podcast.
Where we tell you, don't watch Blade 3. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
That's the one with Triple H?
Yeah, and Ryan Reynolds and Patton Oswalt and what's her name? Spacey Sissek, I think, isn't it? Or whatever you say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's Patton Oswalt. Maybe it was a fat white woman.
Oh my god!
I haven't watched it in a while. Don't watch it.
You know the new MST just came out today, right?
Mystery no, but okay. Yeah, I knew it was coming out.
I want to watch because, like I said, I've been watching the older stuff, and it is like it's just not funny. It's just like, why was this popular? Oh, because they did it. Like they did it, and nobody else did it. That's why
I guess so.
But now it's like Patton Oswalt is involved with the new one. I don't know if he's like the main guy or.
Oh, okay.
He's there.
No, I think he's probably one of the puppets.
No, they had him like dressed in like a lab coat.
Oh
or
yeah.
some shit.
Oh okay. Who's the main guy? Isn't the main guy somebody famous too? Anyway. So, yeah, Nick's boss is going to show up tomorrow. We go to a hideout, and we find out that Ashton and Mr. Gabarelli are doing some sort of a deal. Also, that the Colonel is French? No?
No.
Well, somebody's French.
No, I mean, he is French, but no, he's No, he's...
Okay, so, yeah, the villains, the Colonel and Ashton, the arms dealer, finally go to a meeting. This is the halfway point of the movie. They meet and trade money for weapons. Ashton kills the Colonel, and then Ashton's British clown gang jumps out of a van and kills everybody else.
Well-trained soldiers defending a fort
Yeah.
killed by clowns in a van.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure that we're playing with Batman rules.
Yeah. That's exactly what's going on, yeah. Oh, does that mean, like, Dane Cook's the Joker?
No, wouldn't Ashton be the Joker?
Yeah, that makes Dane Cook like Robin or something.
Yeah. But which Robin?
The dead one.
The dead. Okay.
Oh no, wait, he comes back as a villain.
Yeah, none of them are dead anymore.
We don't want that. Yeah. So yeah, Ashton drives off, but only like 20 feet ahead to stop and have a conversation with Mr. Gabarelli, who also happens to be in the car. Also, he's Mexican now. Like, I don't know if I'm just like, but in the start of the movie, when the old white guy on the beach is like, "Don't go anywhere, I want to keep an eye on you," he's an old, like, Vincent Price-looking white guy. This guy in the limo, he's got darker skin. He doesn't look like an old. He's dressed.
Okay, this confused me too because I kept thinking like, that's a different guy.
Yeah,
like I just assumed they changed.
It
the
had
actor
to, yeah,
playing the same role. Okay,
it was so, but apparently that guy is Michael's father.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Both of us say that's not true.
You know who the first guy looked like? Oh God, Stephen Tobolowsky. He's one of these like side characters.
No, yeah, I know. He was in
Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Hey, Ned Ryerson.
Yeah,
him.
but he was in a movie we did. Wasn't it On Deadly Ground? No.
Oh,
What
yeah.
Steven Seagal movie? He played the crazy guy in the church.
Yes, who kills himself, but
Yes.
like, he's okay in the end or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, him. That's what it looked like to me. Like him with one of those Jurassic Park hats. The straw hats.
Like a safari hat.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to tell me people don't go on safaris all the time and know exactly what a safari hat? We all have safari hats.
No, your reference makes more sense than mine. Oh, it's a Jurassic Park hat.
No. Safari, motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Ashton is like, I just want the disc, and I want Claire, because she'll lead me to the disc. So we go to a hideout. Simon and the gang see the news report about what just happened, all the people dead, all the explosions, and the missing weapons. And Simon's like, well, I'm going to go on a date now. I don't care about the world. I got to go get laid.
Yeah.
And he goes out, and Simon shows up at the end of the lady fighter, dancer. She's at the end of her date, and she's like, oh, shit, what are you doing here? I don't want to speak to you. Go away. And she goes inside and closes the door, but somehow Dennis Rodman sneaks in, like, under her arm and into the crack of the door before she turns around and closes it.
Astounding.
Yeah, like, easily the most amazing part of the film.
I had to rewind a few times. I was like, wait, what?
He's like 11 feet tall. How did he do that? How the hell did he do that? So, they're inside the house. She closes the door, turns around. She's like, oh, shit. How did you... No, I don't want to talk to you. Go away. And they're like, I'm just here to, I want to go on a date. I'm here to, I just want to hang out. And he's like, she's like, no, I lost my job because that CD you gave me was a Puff Daddy CD. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a relevant thing still. And so they fight. Yeah, they fight. She pulls a knife and straight up tries to kill him.
Yeah.
And suddenly, I want to work out. And they have hardcore techno sex.
Yep.
Like, the hardest core. Now I understand why her name is Dancer.
Yeah.
Because she hits the fucking party button and, like, her bed has LED lights, like, in the mattress, and she's got, like, a strobe light and a disco ball, and...
It's the only way she can get off. You remember back in the 90s when, like...
No. I do not remember the 90s.
No didn't mean no when it came to, like, hitting on a woman. No just meant... It was like asking an 8-ball when you get asked again later. No just meant, just ask again. See what happens.
You're playing hard to get.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fine. It's the same way back in the day where, men were like, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to do that. And they were like, no, you just need to build character. That's all. Just rough him up a bit. He'll be fine. Just grab him by the neck and shake him and he'll straighten right out. Like it goes both ways. You just don't see both of them. So, yeah, they have sex, and my only note here is ha 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 ha, like just 800 ha's, because it came out of fucking nowhere. The crazy techno sex. So we go to Nick's hotel, and the monks are cheating at poker with Nick,
and it doesn't even make sense how they're cheating, because. Here's what happens. They're all sitting around, right? And it's Nick, like, squaring off with Black Monk.
Yeah.
And White Monk's, like, over his shoulder. And White Monk's, like, coding what Nick has.
Yeah.
And then he reveals what he has, and then it just goes, okay, call. And then they call anyway. There was no further betting or folding.
Yeah. They're not... They're evil enough to cheat, but not evil enough to actually gain money out of it. Like
even though if it had been like, oh, okay, I'm all in, like, then it's like, okay, it makes sense to cheat.
Yeah. You gotta teach monks how to play poker now?
Well, you gotta teach monks how to cheat at poker.
Oh, but I still feel like if they understood how poker works, they would know the
point
is to just win. Yeah.
They were just like at the end where it's like, okay, what do we do now? I don't know, I guess we call. Okay, look, that's what I got.
You put your cards down and the best pattern wins. While they're playing poker, Nick's like, oh yeah, I better go check on Claire. Actually, the monks are like, you should go check on Claire. So Nick is like, let me go check. And oh no, she escaped out the window with Michael because she had a phone. Ah!
But it literally just happened.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, she, Nick follows her like down the drain pipe.
Yeah.
When he gets to the bottom, he immediately turns around to be like, hug the wall. Mm-hmm. That's an Asian man.
Oh, really?
Like, there's no fucking doubt in my mind it's an Asian man. He's shorter than him. Like, it's 100%.
He's wearing different clothes.
Yeah, well.
He's wearing the...
Kinda, because they're smaller clothes. Like, it doesn't... So... Claire and Michael kind of run down the street, and they tell each other what happened, and then, like, some thugs show up, and a suited thug pulls a gun on Michael, and then the Asian bodyguard shows up and kicks the crap out of Michael, and
whoops his ass.
Like, I forgot Michael had karate skills, like, in this movie. Like, I was like, oh, this is where the guy's like, stand back, I'll protect you. I'm getting beat up.
Although, I gotta say, like, if I'm on vacation in Europe or somewhere, and, like, my woman's getting kidnapped, that's the way for it to happen. Like, dude, come out and just like, whatcha? And like karate the shit out. Like, you try to fight, like, you can see, like, oh, this guy knows karate, and you just go up and you're like, let's do this, and he just whoops your ass. Like, you got the baddest story. I mean, your girl is long gone. Yeah, she's sold into like,
everything.
Eastern European slavery.
She's got one kidney already.
I couldn't get the second one before they took her.
Oh, no, I mean, she needs one. Oh, you couldn't. Oh. Oh, good God. Okay. So, yeah, Claire's kidnapped. We go back to the lady fighter's house because Simon is still there from the night after, or the morning after, excuse me. And he gets a call from the monks, and they trade information, and they piece it all together, like, oh, this is okay. So the weapon is a giant laser, and it's going to destroy Earth, and blah, blah, blah,
Is that what it was supposed to do?
No, it wasn't supposed to destroy Earth, but it was a giant laser that could destroy things.
Okay.
And also, the Colonel wants to talk to you, so go see him. I'm like, okay. And then Dancer, the lady, knees Rodman in the balls because that's for thinking you'd get what you got. But he did, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
But how dare you think that you would? Again, this is the 90s
Yeah.
where it's like no means yes, because once yes happens, that's also no.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem. We go to a hideout, and Nick wants to see Simon, but he's not there. So they do some weird Abbott and Costello routine where he's like, don't ask. Ask about what? About what happened. What happened? Don't ask. About what? What happened? Don't ask. Don't ask what? What? So suddenly a biker gang shows up, and they shoot up the church, and they follow everyone inside, and they blow the whole place up, and... Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, at all. I don't care.
It was the clowns on
there
the
are,
motorcycle.
yeah, I don't, but I'm not, I'm like, oh, look, it's a biker gang. Maybe it's the people who were, I don't care anyway. Like, it's beyond. Like, I'm just like, yo, is this over yet? This is awful.
They blow up the whole hideout, and it's like,
yeah, I go, well, I guess somebody will be sad about that, because it's not me. We go to the Colonel's office. Simon shows up. And Ashton has the Colonel hanging from the middle of his room, and the gang have Simon at long-distance gunpoint. They're on a balcony.
yeah,
down.
Mexican standoff.
Yeah, that's probably racist now, though.
Yeah, probably.
Ashton, he shoots the Colonel dead, and Simon says, he shoots the Colonel dead because Simon says he doesn't have the disc. And then a whole big shootout begins. Mm-hmm. This is when we get the whole kitchen thing where he just kind of throws pots and pans at people.
Yeah,
to be fair, he doesn't huck pots and pans at people. He hides behind counters and just kind of pushes stacks over. Yeah.
Them, and yeah, he does that many a time. Terrible, like, god-awful fight choreography. Although I laughed out loud when he pushes the dude out the window.
Yeah.
Because he pushes the guy out the window and it cuts to... cut to the falling, like, perfectly stiff, like, dummy, like, and then it cuts to then a stuntman falling again. It's like, wait a minute.
You can see the rappel line too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And then they follow that up with, like, Rodman jumping out the window and grabbing down a pillar and starts sliding down.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the green screen of him, like, leaning back while sliding.
That part where he leans back and shoots up, I was like, that's like a Jean-Claude Van Damme thing or something.
Yeah.
Like, he just fucking stole that. All right, so...
Passing the torch.
I guess, maybe.
He took the torch.
Took it?
He took it.
Took it. Okay. That checks out. We go back to the hideout, and the monks, they run down the tunnels, and they try to trick the bikers into going down the wrong tunnel, and they drive into quicksand, and they go to the beach. But it turns out they got the tunnel switched, so they're in the monks and stuff are in the quicksand. Oh, no! And they sink. It's not how quicksand works.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It's just not...
I've seen cartoons. You
No.
step in it, and you're like, well, we're on solid ground. And then you slowly sink, and then you're trapped.
Not up to the neck, though.
Yeah,
No. I was literally like, let me go ahead, and I went and looked on videos.
And it's like always like waist high.
Yeah, the human body is more buoyant than the sediment inside the quicksand, so you'll never go... They say that what kills you is you struggle, get stuck, and then the sun kills you.
Oh.
Or dehydration kills you, or something, because you're just struggling, and you're right. Yeah, it's the struggle that kills you, really.
Struggle kills us all, man.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get with that struggle. And the weirdest part is they're like, so if you want to get out, just lay on your chest and crawl out.
Yeah.
I was like, how the fuck does that? I'm sinking. What do you mean crawl on water?
Just bury your face. Go, just dip your face in.
Yeah. Inch across using your chin. So Simon shows up, pulls them out. Oh, right. I wanted to point out that I was so upset. I was like, really? This fucking old-ass quicksand gimmick. This is from, like, the goddamn 60s, like, quicksand, when people used to explore Africa. I looked it up, and 3% of all movies in the 60s had quicksand in them.
Wow.
That's what a fucking, like, all right, this thing is fucking played out.
Quicksand.
Yeah. That was all anybody knew about.
Cowboy movie? Quicksand.
Quicksand.
World War II movie? Quicksand. Love movie?
Quicksand. Arctic exploration? Quicksand.
A moon picture? Quicksand.
Moon sand.
Yeah, well, moon quicksand.
Yeah. It's deadly, yeah. Because even though there's no gravity in it, you still get sucked in. So Simon shows up and he's like, I told you guys to put up a sign or something. And he pulls him out. We go to Michael, and Michael shows up to his father's house, and he's like, where's Claire? I demand you tell me. And he's like, it's not my fault, I swear. And they cut away to the next scene. Back at the hideout, Simon surveys all the rubble, and it's like, it turns out they didn't get the disc. And he's like, all right, I'm leaving. And he just leaves for some reason. Nick shows up, and he's like, Claire's been kidnapped by Ashton. And he's like, why am I not surprised? And he's like, that's it. It's over. It's all over. And he goes, it ain't over.
Is that his catchline? Catchphrase? Tagline?
I guess. The cover did say, it ain't over till ...
Till Simon Sez.
Oh, snap.
Wow, that is the...
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, yeah. We go to Ashton, and Ashton has Claire, and she's like, well, he goes, I'm going to go meet your father now. And he leaves. Back at Simon's house, Nick, he goes, listen, I'm no good to you. I can't help you with this thing. I got kicked out of the CIA class. Like, I'm no good to you. I can't help you. I don't know if you noticed this, because they're just kind of like walking through his house when they're doing all this. He's like, listen, I can't, I'm no good to you. I can't help you. I wasn't even really part of the CIA. Dennis Rodman goes, it's all right, Dane. Don't worry about it.
No, what?
Yeah. It's all right, Dane. Don't worry about it. Yeah. I had to rewind it because I was like, did he just say it's all right, Maine? Like he just tried to be like Mexican man? Like it's all right, Maine.
Oh my god. I didn't realize, my brain didn't comprehend it was Dane, because I rewinded that a few times, and the subtitle said it was man.
No! It's Dane, dude.
No, but the subtitle...
Yeah!
And I was like, what? That's wrong. But every time it said, blah, 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 man.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... Okay, okay, cool,
I feel dumb for not catching that.
No, well, I listened to it like a couple of times, and I was like, what the fuck is he saying?
Yeah.
I was like,
you know what it is? It's because I was watching it with subtitles, so I'm like...
Yeah, you're trying to hear man.
Yeah.
Man. Just not happening. Am I deaf? What's going on? Ma. So Michael suddenly knocks on the apartment on the door, and he comes in at gunpoint. He's like, "You're going to help me find her." And Dennis Rodman's like, "Quick change!" And he takes the gun and gives him a bigger gun.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then Nick is like, "Wait a minute, you're just going to work with this guy?" "Oh, well, I can't. I don't trust him, so I can't leave you with him. I'm going to watch your back." And Robin's like, whatever, dude. Ashton, he shows up and meets Mr. Fence, which is apparently the name of Claire's father.
Allegedly.
Sure. Ashton takes the disc, and he's like, I have to go check and make sure this works. I'll be right back.
And just leaves him.
Leaves the property. Like, he drives across the state.
He drives away.
Yeah. We go to a random field, and for some reason, Micro, who's John Pignette, is just going to buy a flock of sheep. Like, it's part of his plan.
For 40 pieces of gold.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Europe. This is in medieval Europe. It doesn't, like, there's actual money, like, coin, like, oh, back then it was francs. Like,
yeah, right?
I'll give you these francs, and you...
I don't know, man. That guy, like, maybe he was an older dude. Maybe he was watching Fox News, you know? He's trying to get all that gold.
Yeah. Look, I only take either gold or my pillows as payment.
or I'll take any information you have on a painless calf. Because I don't like pain when I calf. That's so weird to me that the shortened term for catheter is to calf. That's creepy. I feel like that's the same as being like, oh, what do you have HIV? Yeah, I got the HIV. You're being way too casual.
Oh, feeling a little heavier today than usual.
a little heavier. That's fucking awful on every level, dude. Oh my god. I'm having a, I got the siffy. I got a little syphilis flare up. I got the siffy over here.
Oh, that siffy's got me good. I'm feeling it today.
That sif.
Hey man, let me ask you. You Catholic today?
No, I'm just trying to figure out how to be like, I'm Catholic like I'm bathing, or like, like I'm gelling like Magellan.
Yeah.
Catholic like Croft Ashton. I don't know. Ashton Croft, that's a person. What are you going to do? So, what do we got? Yes, we go to a bridge, and the sheeps, they walk into the middle of the bridge, and they block the bridge, and Ashton's like, what? Get them off the bridge. And then a truck pulls in behind Ashton, and that blocks him, and he's like, oh, move that truck. And, here comes Simon out of the truck, and he pulls out, and everybody starts fighting. No, cha-cha-cha, pee-pa-pa-pa. Micro fights, too. He starts for the
yeah.
And this is, again, he fights, he gets knocked off the bridge, turns into an Asian man in a fat suit. Like, clearly, it's very clearly an Asian man in a fat suit, without any doubt, a fat suit. Like, that's why when you were like, these are the only two people who have stuntman, I go, that is a straight up lie. Like, I'm not saying you read wrong, but they lied to you, dude. So, actually, he doesn't, it's before that, because before he goes off the bridge, he starts doing jump kicks.
Yeah.
Same thing, Asian man. Oh, the whole time.
Well, I knew there was something, because I knew there's no way that dude did a nip up, like, without.
Oh, right, he did do that, I forgot, yeah. Just in general, like.
Yeah.
Without the aid of a sandwich. Oh, right, he's dead. I shouldn't do that. So we go to Ashton's castle, and for some reason Nick is climbing up the side. And Michael is already inside.
Yeah.
And they meet, like, at a corner, and then they go in and take out all the guards. I don't know how Michael got inside. Whatever. They're both inside now. They're taking out guards. They're shooting.
They just use the door.
Oh yeah, we don't believe in locks in wherever, France or Italy or wherever they are. Yeah.
We're trusting people.
Nearby, unbeknownst to Ashton, Simon is chasing him on his motorcycle. Mm-hmm. Bike versus car. Ashton shoots at Simon because he gets closer and he realizes, and then Simon falls down. And then Ashton's like, yeah, I got away. I'm going to go into my observatory that I have here. Did you notice the, like, architecture of, like, the observatory? They had that like, double Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
The double torch thing. I was like, what? Where's this guy living? Like, first off, where's that building in real life? Yeah. Because that's a crazy building.
I want to go live there. Act evil.
Just laugh. What's that? I gotta pay a phone bill? Sure, here you go. Okay. You're still responsible.
Yeah, you gotta.
You know,
you gotta do your part for society.
We all have dreams, but we all have responsibilities. You know what I mean? Come on.
But don't let your dreams be dreams.
Oh. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. Tomorrow, it'll be the next day. Oh, right. Lady Fighter shows up. I totally forgot about that. She's just like, I'm here now. You need help? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. We go into the observatory, and Ashton puts the disc into his computer, and his computer's like, congratulations, boss! You've got the data! And I was just like, I can't believe. That means Ashton programmed a computer.
To, like, anticipate this moment.
Yeah, like, how do you...
With a little CGI him.
How does the computer know what the disc is without already having the information on the disc?
No, boss, this is the wrong disc. This is Puff Daddy.
Every CD is Puff Daddy, huh? So, back outside in the castle, Nick and Michael, they continue to shoot and fight bad guys. Also, Lady Fighter's doing her thing. Go back into the observatory. Simon makes his way inside. He fights the tiny Asian bodyguard. Ashton tells us his plans. He goes, I'm going to blow up the Eiffel Tower because I'm tired of looking at it. And then when people see what I can do, they'll just pay me to blow stuff up.
That could not be a worse plan.
to be fair, it makes sense because then he goes, I think I'm going to like being an employee. So he's never even been an employee. He's got no clue what he's getting himself into. So he's like, yeah, this is just going to work out. Like
his plan is blows up the Eiffel Tower, takes credit for it, so
Yeah.
everyone goes, ooh, if I want something blown up, I can just contact him.
Mm-hmm.
Where in his plan is it when the U.S. drops a missile on his castle?
He has apparently never left Britain. Like, he just doesn't know, even though he's in Italy right now, or wherever they are.
Yeah.
He just hasn't, I don't understand how, there is no America in this film. Like, it really, because it's Interpol, it's Dennis Rodman, there's American businessmen, but they don't mention that. Like, everybody speaks American English, there's no accent, and they never bring it up. They never oh man,
this is after Rodman already failed and the U.S. got blown up.
That's all that's left is Interpol. And just,
yeah.
Oh man.
When he said he retired from the CIA, he just meant, well, there wasn't a CIA to work for anymore.
Yeah. So, what do we have here? Shit's blowing up.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Bodyguard fight.
Bodyguard's fighting. Yeah. Simon takes care of the bodyguard. He's dead. Blah. Then they're fighting Ashton. Yeah, let's fight Ashton. Surprisingly, Ashton can fight. Like, he's also a ninja.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's a fucking ninja in this movie. Then Ashton pulls a gun, but Simon took, I think it was Ashton's, his cane, which is also a cane that has a sword in it, and he throws the sword part at him.
He, flicks it, and the sword part flies out.
Yeah.
Stabs through him, and he backs up into the computer.
I don't know what that, I think it was Facebook or something.
He backs up into the computer, gets electrocuted.
Yeah. Or, I don't know about the computer, but, the main power, an outlet,
power,
an open outlet. No, not open, because it's behind glass, so.
Yeah. Whatever, he, into the flux capacitor for the machine.
Yeah.
He gets electrocuted, it starts short-circuiting the whole computer. Electricity, zips up through the, scaffolding and electrocutes the bodyguard because, well, fuck him.
Yeah. Oh, you missed the best part, which is electricity also goes through the computer, and the little cartoon guy gets electrocuted. Take that, you fucking paperclip. And everything gets electrocuted, and the whole system overloads, and it explodes, and Simon casually walks out of the blowing up rubble, and let me brush myself off. Cut to a wedding. Oh, no, excuse me. I have to say one more thing, which is, as he walks out of the rubble, I think it's Michael and Dane Cook and Dancer. They all go, That's our Simon. What? When? You guys weren't even a team for 3/4 of the film.
Freeze frame, cue the sitcom music.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It takes a lot to make a bodyguard die. Sometimes it's just electricity.
This time, that's what it was.
And so, yeah, we cut to a wedding, and Michael and Claire are getting married. Presumably by the monks. Also, they are real monks. I didn't... Yeah. That was the last thing I thought, that they were real monks. Also, their fathers are friends now?
Yeah.
Did you notice that? That they both get into a car, and they're like, yeah, all right, and they go to the car, and both of their dates are already in the backseat of that car. Yes. So, yeah, Simon is also at the wedding with Dancer, his date, and Nick, or actually, I should say, it appears that Simon shows up on his yellow bike and his yellow helmet and all that shit, but he takes the helmet off, and it turns out that it's Nick filling in for Simon.
With all the piercings.
Yeah, and a very, very, very slight tan. I noticed it.
A little bit of brown.
Yeah, they didn't want to go full force with it. They're like, we can't just, if we leave it white, it's going to be totally obvious. Nick's like, don't you want to hear what happened? This is my first case. It's going to be great. And Simon's like, nope, I got a date. I don't give a shit about any of this. And Nick and the monks, they walk away. They're like, oh, what's wrong, Nick? Yo, you want to hear my story? I don't want to steal. Yeah, let me tell you about how I became Free Willy. It's micro. This is how I got the name Free Willy, which it was my stripper name. Fade to black. Oh my God. I don't know. It's just something I hate, where it's like you really thought you were gonna cram like one more laughing at the end.
Yeah.
Like you should have got all those in already.
Yeah.
Like this should have been the happy end, whatever. Fucking. So, yeah, that was the shit fest of a film that I felt it was anyway. Dude, it's just...
Again, I couldn't believe, like, I watched it, and then I was like, wait a minute, what happened?
Literally, the second time I watched it, I had to sit down and go, okay, hang on. This character, that character, this character, that character.
Yes.
Who's the villain? I don't know who to... What, like, oh, British guy, right? British guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I had to sit and actually think about it.
No, but the father's the villain, but he's not the
He's
villain.
the-
Okay, but this guy's the villain because he's, like, selling secrets. No, he's not the villain. The evil colonel's the villain. No, it's just, like, there's 4 villains, but only one's a villain.
Who was that colonel? Like, they never explained who the colonel was or why he had, like...
He just had secret laser technology.
He's a colonel, not a general. Like,
Yeah.
Whatever. All right, so, sequel. What do you got?
Okay, so my sequel, it is Dane Cook and Rodman are back. They're like top-level Interpol spies or whatever. Ashton is back.
Wow.
Well, what happened is when he got electrocuted to the computer and whatnot, somehow his consciousness downloaded, uploaded into the satellites, infiltrated the Interpol systems. So what ends up happening is they go off on some mission, things go awry, the wrong people get killed, and now Dane Cook and Rodman are framed, hunted by Interpol, and have to prove themselves innocent.
All right. I have that Dane Cook is tired of being Simon's second fiddle, so he becomes the bad guy, and also he starts playing lead fiddle. Also, he fights people with, like, spaghetti baskets and squeaky floors.
Okay.
And those are the only bits of his I can remember, so.
Yeah.
If you can remember any bits, he fights with those too.
No.
Oh, women and how they fight. He also fights with women and how they fight.
Yeah, he fights how women fight.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's do Why Would You Make This first. Why would you make this? I couldn't find out, like, why they were like, hey, this is a good film, let's make it, but I did find out that Robert Downey Jr. was supposed to play the Nick character, and he backed out, like, 3 days before filming.
Yeah.
And they were like, anybody, just get anybody.
Well, the guy who he's down as the story credit for this.
Okay.
The guy who produced it and has the story credit on this.
Oh boy.
Was actually the producer on Double Team.
Oh, okay.
So, like, again, I don't know if this guy, like, was kind of buddy-buddy with Rodman and was like, well, fuck it, but...
Well, I can tell you that Rodman had finished his NBA season, and he completely stunk up the ring in, like, August of 98 with Karl Malone, and so he had blackballed himself from wrestling pretty much with that absolute garbage fest. So, yeah, like, this was his only option pretty much at this point, you know? He couldn't do basketball, couldn't do wrestling, acting, so...
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, so we're going to do a different game called Judge a Book by Its Cover, where you have to judge a movie based solely on the cover.
Why is his face set?
Well, I blurred out his face because I thought maybe if you didn't see the actor's face, you could it would help you create another movie. So this is the poster.
Okay.
I blurred out Dennis Rodman's face so people can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So just look at it. Just take it in.
Yeah.
What do you think the film's about? Like,
I get a very Mortal Kombat vibe from it. Maybe it's just because, like, everyone's got the like action hero like fight pose.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm getting because I'm seeing vehicles in the background.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's a car flying.
Yeah.
I'm getting like a Fast and Furious kind of a feel from it.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's what appears to be a lot of explosions too.
So it's a movie about rival, because this dude's a motorcycle. So it's a movie about the feud between a biker gang and like a street race gang.
Okay.
And the street race gang, their family, to steal from the Fast and the Furious, that's
Yeah.
led by whoever this main character is. We'll say.
What if there's the car guys and the biker guys,
Yeah.
and they're warring because it ain't over until Simon says it's over, and as Simon is like some guy who's manipulating the two of them.
Okay, yeah.
And then they gotta come together and be like, we gotta get rid of Simon.
Yeah, Simon's the one who's been making the biker gang and the car gang fight against each other.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. That's not what this film was about, though. But that's what we got from the fucking poster.
Right?
Okay. Yeah, I want to do one more, though. One more.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I tried to blur his face out, but he had a goofy smile on, and I felt that was kind of part of the poster, so...
Blurring the face out makes him look like this is gonna be a cheery movie about a man who survived a horrible accident, but his life continues, and he can go on. Like, sure, he's got horrible, disfiguring scars, but that smile hasn't changed.
That $1 million smile.
That's the only, like, it's like a feel-good tale about the guy, like, all right, he was a jerk. He was kind of a dirtbag. He started to turn his life around, and then his house burned down with him inside, and he got 12th degree burns all over his body. They had to reconstruct him, but he still looks like hideous Scar Man. But they saved his smile.
So how does that? Where's the Hudson Hawk come in now?
I don't know, that's his name, Hudson Hawk.
His name is just still like the real film. His name just happens to be Hudson Hawk.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the film. So apparently this is a very good poster then, yeah. When I looked, the whole reason I did this was because when I looked at this poster, my first thought was, he's the world's coolest jazz thief. He steals jazz, yeah.
It's Hudson Hawk, man. He comes in like Scooty Scapapoo.
He flies in like a hawk and flows out like the Hudson. Be-ba-bow, be-ba-bow-bow. Oh, man.
His face.
Yeah. I kind of figured it wasn't going to go over well with the way I blurred only half of his face. All right. So, yeah, obviously, please join us next time along with Andy McDowell, Danny Aiello, and Bruce Willis for the 1991 action-adventure comedy, Hudson Hawk. Let's see, what does it have here? It has a 17 on Metascore.
All right. Yes. I like Hudson Hawk.
Yeah, I know. I
haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah, that's true. And I am always left confused by the scene where she starts imitating a dolphin.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, good. Good. You'll be just as confused as I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's parts in it that don't make a lot of the singing.
I do know that the whole idea is vaguely the plot of the Da Vinci Code.
So the Da Vinci Code stole from this, or
yeah, probably?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how old the Da Vinci Code is, but all right, whatever.
Oh man, Hudson Hawk. I'm excited.
It's gonna be good. I like it. It'll be fun. All right, so yeah, VictorProWrestling.com. What do you have? Anything?
Victory Pro Wrestling returns live to Center Reach, Long Island, New York on April 29th.
It's coming up.
That's coming up. Yes,
Yeah.
That is coming up.
That's
Yeah,
coming
April
up quick.
29th, Center Reach, New York. Some of the matches, I don't know what the matches are, but I know I, J Delta, am going against Fighter Cat for the New York State title.
Yeah,
It's happening.
Taking them out.
Yeah, well, what happened was last show, him and Match, Fighter Cat and Fresh, they kind of scrapped. They had a match. Fresh, unfortunately, did not win. But at the end, I came out, and me and Cat had some words, and then, you know, I may or may not have accidentally tripped and fell and smashed his head really hard with the belt.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, man, there was a noise, and I hit him, and I was like, ooh.
Oh, man, that poor bastard.
Like, oh, he's got to be able to wrestle the next show if I'm going to take this belt from him, but
He'll be all right.
yeah. That mask, it's got A 1/16 of an inch cushion.
Maybe more like a 32nd of an inch.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so again, that's VictorProWrestling.com. You can go to WWYNT.com for all things Why Would You Make This? You can listen to or download episodes for free if you don't like using iTunes or Google Play or wherever else you find podcastery. We also have a link to our YouTube on our website where you can watch some videos unrelated to the podcast, or you can listen to clips of the podcast, some of which I have added video to, most of which currently only it just has, like, you know, pictures.
Are most of our views still coming from ISIS?
I don't want to answer that now. Like, I don't. There's no way to answer that. Because I could lie, or I could agree, and then I would also be like, it's just not good. It's just not a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, so, I don't know why you would anymore, but go there. Go check out our YouTube for some reason. Oh, my gosh.
You too could be on the international terrorist watch list.
Yeah. Welcome to Why Would You Make This? The secret international terrorist watch list podcast. Oh, man. If you'd like to contact us for any of the reasons we just gave you, you can do so by searching Why Would You Make This on Tumblr, Facebook, or Twitter, which is at WWYMT, or you can contact me directly by going to @TimeCommander. You can contact J Delta directly by going to
the J Delta.
Yeah. So our intro music is "Falling Off Your Love" by Kill Paris. I totally forgot that we were supposed to sing a song at the end.
The only thing I could think of is there was this one, like, in the middle of the movie where it was like, yeah, here comes some lyrics, yeah, and, like, it was just, like, some vaguely just garbage.
Fuck it. We're going to do what we did last time because you weren't here, which is we're going to sing, you remember Mr. Nanny? How the song was like, I just want to go fishing, and I just want to ride a motorcycle.
Yeah,
well, we're going to sing the Simon Sez song. Where we just sing what happens. I did it the last episode with Tammy and the T-Rex. Yeah, me and Danny Money. Danny Money is, I already know this, don't know why I did this to him, not good at improv. But I still tried to make him, like, improv a song, and he tried his hardest. He really did. All right, yeah, so we're going to do our version of the Simon Sez song. Enjoy that. Okay. I don't know. So for the absent Danny Money and J Delta, I am Jimmy Time. Please remember that without the mistakes of others, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts.
Simon Sez. Simon Sez. Simon Sez. Simon Sez.
I'm gonna find the bad guys. I'm gonna ride a motorcycle. I'm gonna kidnap people. I'm gonna shoot some people. I'm gonna forget about that and go on a date.
Simon Sez. Simon Sez.
Lady fight! Look out tonight! She's coming for your head and she's coming to the right! Lady fight with an Asian man! Everybody's dead! Everybody wished they had a pan because it fell over in the kitchen and that guy died. It was bad, man.
Simon Sez.
It ain't over till Simon says. This song ain't over because Simon ain't dead. Oh, he died.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, that's the end of that.
The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.